And we're here tonight, Floyd Central High School. I'm here with Michael Fowler and Joshua Breeden. I'm Isaac Hatfield. We're here broadcasting a game of the Floyd Central Highlanders versus the Bloomington North Cougars tonight. How are y'all feeling about this matchup today?
I'm feeling pretty good about the Highlanders' chances tonight. They go against a really tough team, but I think they got a good chance.
Yeah, this is going to be a heck of a matchup tonight. We got a bunch of athletes on both sides of the court. You know, we got Jake Heidbreeder, Grant Goldman for the Highlanders. They've been performing at a high level over the past few games. You know, they're coming off of a couple wins against some smaller opponents, but they've built up confidence. And I mean, Bloomington North, 5-game win streak. I mean, you know, nobody's really stopping them right now. Their last loss was Silver Creek?
If I'm not mistaken, it was.
Yeah, and the Highlanders' last loss was Silver Creek. Now, the Cougars lost to them by 8 points. The Highlanders lost to them in a crucial, crushing loss at Silver Creek by 2 points. Now, here's the difference. Floyd Central led in that whole game. They were up at halftime by 16 points. They should have won the game, in my opinion. You were there, Michael. What do you have to say about that game?
Well, it was a really well-played game on both sides of the ball. The Highlanders controlled the first half pretty dominantly. They held a very explosive Silver Creek offense led by Trey Kaufman to 13 points. But the second half, it seems like all defense went out the door as Silver Creek's best players, Trey Kaufman and Cooper Jacoby, just caught fire and would not miss a shot.
Yeah.
It was a valiant effort on both sides. Jake Heidbreeder ended up dropping 33, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
correct?
I mean, he had a heck of a game, and I mean, they got off to a quick start, but it just wasn't enough to hold off the Dragons. And like, you know, it's a learning curve, you know, like when you lose games like that. The Highlanders have lost a lot of close games this year. Like, they've lost them by 1 point, 2 point. They've had some buzzer beater losses, one to Jeff, Bloomington South. You know, the Highlanders could very well be undefeated right now. And I mean, I think the state knows that, and I think the state is, you know, they're aware of their capabilities come playoff time, which is coming up soon. So, I mean, this is going to be a good game tonight. We got some key players for Bloomington North. We're going to be looking at Jeremiah Blair and Isaac Vinsel. They are both a guard and forward, 6'2", 6'3". I mean, they are the dynamic kids for this team. You know, we're going to see what they're going to be able to do. One guard, one forward. They're going to be able to push the front court. We're just going to see how they push the pace tonight. You know, the Highlanders like to play it fast. They've been playing fast all year. They've been doing good at it, but, I mean, sometimes when a team slows down and runs a 5-on-5 set, the Highlanders have gotten in trouble. So we're going to have to see how they're able to deal with that tonight.
Right, and you're going to have to find a way to effectively deal with the size of those two. I mean, you have some big people on this Highlanders team, i.e. Grant Goldman, who is standing at 6'6", if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 230.
Weighing in at 230. He's going to be a brick wall in the paint. And for the Bloomington North Cougars, they're going to have to find a way to get around him and score in the paint. That's going to be huge for tonight, as well as scoring along the perimeter against the excellent perimeter defense of Jake Heidbreeder, who has been playing lights out lately.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who North matches up with Goldman tonight, because they have Loftman, Cade Loftman, number 24. He's a senior. He's a forward, 6'3", 195, so he's tall and lengthy, but I don't know if he has like the mass to body up Grant Goldman. But we're gonna see who they match up against and how it plays out. And we got the Highlanders running out onto the court right now, you know, getting ready for some warm-ups. 2 minutes, 30 seconds till tip. And we're gonna keep you all updated on what's going on.
We'd like to thank the following grant writers who made this production possible: Falkenberg Automotive, Lamb's Heating and Air, Big Red Team of Keller Williams, Kenneth Didat, Elite Heating and Cooling, Veterans Group of Siler Williams Waterman LLC, Mac Construction, and Ethan Rapier of Keller Williams Realty. Thank y'all for making everything possible. We love y'all. You are the reason why we get to do what we do here.
So it's going to be an exciting matchup. Highlanders, I've been watching them all season. Jake Heidbreeder's the one that stands out. Yeah, last game, he's put up a 33-point game and a 31-point game.
Yeah.
He's the offensive superstar, but the one thing that really just bothers me as a person is just that as a guard, he can't make plays at all. It's ball in his hands, he does whatever he wants, but he just can't make plays. It's mostly Seth Burks can run. He can run, he can generate some offense and lead the fast break. But Heidbreeder, I mean, right when we're seeing him shoot, that's what you're going to expect all night. He's a great shooter. He loves to create his own shots. And like you said earlier, Grant Goldman, just a huge body in the paint. If he's got that size and weight advantage, then just work down low and 7 points and get inside.
Another kid to look
Right.
out for tonight is number 1 on Bloomington North. His name's Tim Brewster. He's a senior guard for them. He's 6'3", 162. This kid is athletic. We've been watching him in warm-ups. We've been watching him all year. He could be the difference maker tonight because I don't really know who the Highlanders are going to put on him and who is going to match up with him. The Highlanders might come out in zone tonight to defend the three-point shot and that athleticism, but we're going to see what Coach Sturgeon decides to do tonight.
Right. Coach Sturgeon is going to have to rely on his distributors a lot tonight, especially those that he has in Seth Burks and Ben Purvis. Those seniors are going to have to step up. It is senior night here at FC tonight.
It is senior night, and we're going to look to have a big performance from the seniors tonight because in big games like this, you need some senior leadership, and that's what we're going to need. All right, we're going to get you with the national anthem right now, and then we're going to get you guys with some game picks right after that.
Bloomington, thank you for joining us. Tonight's game is a Southern Indiana rivalry matchup featuring the Bloomington North Cougars and the Floyd Central Highlanders. At this time, we invite you to join us as we honor our common values with the playing of the national anthem. Presenting the colors tonight are ROTC cadets Farber, Roofing, and Vol, commanded by Cadet Kirkland. Once the colors have been presented, the Floyd Central Pep Band, led by Harold Yankee, will perform our national anthem.
All right, wonderful performance from the Floyd Central Band tonight and the ROTC of presenting the colors. They always do such a good job. And we're going to get started off with some player introductions tonight. Right now, Bloomington North's going, and then Floyd Central will be up next, and then we're going to get ready for tip-off. So how you guys feeling about this game tonight? We're going to do some game picks right now, and how about we start off with Josh? What do you think's going to go on tonight?
All right, so I know it's going to be a very close matchup. I'm going to go with 55-47 FC win.
All right, nice. How about you, Michael?
Well, both teams have played some very tough opponents down the stretch here, and I think FC has the edge here, at least size-wise. So I'm going to go, we'll go 63-57 FC.
All right.
All right, guys. Every game that I've ever broadcast has been a close one, and I don't see that changing tonight. I think we're going to have a close game, maybe an overtime game. You know, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. I'm going to take Floyd Central, 2-point win. We're going to go 68-66. Highlanders take the dub tonight.
Making it interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Right, scoring-wise, both teams are going to have a hard time scoring the ball tonight. These are two very defensive-minded teams. For the Highlanders, you're going to have to, like I said, rely on your distributors to get not just Jake Hybrid the ball, but you're going to have your role players step up major on offense.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Coach Sturgeon, he stresses defense in his practice. They run a drill called shell drill all the time where they run that 2-3 zone, and I mean, they rotate around. Whoever's got the ball, they're closing out on shots. They're making sure that there are no easy shots for any opponent that they have because, I mean, that's the key to winning, locking down everyone on the ball, making no easy passes and no easy shots. That's how you win on defense, and that's what the Islanders are going to look to do tonight with an athletic Bloomington North team.
Right, smart basketball is going to be the key to winning tonight on both sides of the ball. I mean, for the Bloomington North Cougars, you're going to have to find a way to score on the likes of Grant Gilman, which has been tough for any team all year long. I mean, he shut down Trey Kaufman, who is probably one of the best players that they've played all year long.
Oh, probably the best. I mean, he's got offers all around. He is a star player for Silver Creek, and they were able to handle him well. So we're going to see how they match up tonight. We're getting ready for tip-off basketball, and we're going to have a good one tonight. We have Aaron Steinfeld and Caleb Washington at center court ready for this tip-off. Caleb Washington is a freshman. He's been tipping for this team all year, and he's done pretty good at it. And Washington wins the tip. It's in the hands of Hybreeder. Hybreeder's bringing it up the court, defended by Klaber. Washington has the ball in the paint, dribbles it out to the three-point line, hands it off to Burks. Burks swings it to Hybreeder. Into the paint to Washington. Washington shoots the ball in the paint, and it's good.
There's that size I was talking about. Caleb Washington using his length to his advantage there, making a very tough layup.
Yep. The ball in the corner to Klaber. Klaber dribbles it around the key, passes it to Venzel, passes it across to Roberts. Roberts shoots the three, and it's no good. Rebounded by Purvis. Purvis passes it to Hybreeder. Hybreeder up the court to Washington. Back across to Purvis. To the corner to Burks. Burks shoots the three ball, and it's good. Quick 5-0 start for the Highlanders.
That's going to be a weapon for them.
Is bringing it up the court right now. Defended by Purvis. In the middle to Blair. Over to Steinfeld. Across to Venzel. Travel on Nick Klaber. Big mistakes by the Cougars early. It looks like they're being a little frustrated. They're not really settling in. We're going to have to see how they attack next possession. Hybreeder brings it up the court right now. Passes it to Purvis on the wing. Washington cuts to the basket, passes it to Grant Goman. Back to Purvis. Across to Burks. Grant Goman blocked by Jaqueline Roberts. Out to Hybreeder. Hybreeder shoots the three, and it is good. Klaber coming up the court right now. Over to Venzel. To Roberts. Roberts has it on the wing, passes it to Klaber. Out to Venzel. Picked by Steinfeld. Travel on Venzel. That's 2 turnovers for the Cougars early. Their coach is not very happy.
Right, they're not playing smart basketball right now. They're playing sloppy, and they're going to have to limit those turnovers against a deadly Highlander offense when they take efficient shots.
Oh, yeah, the Highlanders 2 for 2 from the three. I mean, you cannot let this team get hot. Hybreeder's bringing it up the court, guarded by Clable. Passes it to Burks, stolen by Venzel. Out of bounds, they're saying off of senior Seth Burks. I don't know, I couldn't really see it. We kind of need an instant replay on that one.
That's a Highlander offense. You're going to have to be more efficient than that if you want to score on a tough defense like Bloomington North.
Klaber has the ball, passes it, goes back to Klaber, into the middle, misses the shot. Purvis bringing it up the floor right now. Purvis has it at the top of the key. Hybreeder on the wing. Goman in the paint. Washington from the free throw line, no good. Out of bounds on Goman. It's good effort by Goman, though. That's what they're going to need from him all night in the paint, is grabbing rebounds, grabbing offensive boards, giving them second possessions.
Right. On that last offensive possession for Bloomington North, he did a really good job on defense, limiting their ability in the paint.
Kleber brings it up, pass it to Roberts, back to Kleber. Back to Roberts. Out to Kleber on the wing, loses the ball but gets it back. Guarded by Purvis. Over to Vinsel. Back to Kleber. Vinsel takes a three from the corner, and it's off. Rebounded by Roberts, but stolen by Purvis.
That was great defense there by the Highlanders, not allowing them to get a second possession there.
Jake Heidbreder with the ball at the top of the key, swings it to Grant Goman, takes a deep three, and it's off the mark. Rebounded by Kleber.
If you're the Highlanders, you have to take more efficient shots than that. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
Kleber drives to the lane. It looks like he was trying to throw an oop, but it was a little bit of a miscommunication there for the Cougars, and that is another costly turnover, as they have not scored in the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this ball game.
Right, the Highlanders have been very, very impressive defensively so far. They haven't been able to get anything done in the paint. The Bloomington North Cougars are 0 for 1 from 3, if I'm not mistaken. It's excellent defense.
Drive by Heidbreder, no good. Bringing it up the court by Vinsel. He swings it to Kleber. Over to Roberts. Back up top to Kleber. Over to Vinsel. Back to Kleber, back to Roberts. Good ball movement by the Cougars. Bad pass by Roberts. Into the hands of Kleber, though. Into the middle to Blair. Rebounded by Goman. Stripped by Steinfeld, and a score. First points of the night for the Cougars. Purvis up the sideline. Out to Burks. Burks drives lane and gets fouled. It's going to be a foul on the floor on, I think, number 23, Jeremiah Blair.
If you're the Highlanders, you have to take every advantage of those offensive fouls. This Bloomington North Cougars team doesn't make very many mistakes. You're going to have to take advantage of every single time that they do make one.
Heidbreder out top with the ball. He drives sideline, passes it out to Goman. Goman passes it to Heidbreder. Heidbreder into the paint to Washington, and he's fouled by number 24, Cade Loftman. He's a senior, 6'3". He just got subbed into the game. He did not start tonight here at senior night, but we'll see how he makes a difference for the Cougars.
Right, they're going to need his size against a big person like Caleb Washington. Even though he's a freshman, he is a pretty big presence there in the paint for the Floyd Central Highlanders.
Highlanders making a couple substitutions, put Max Trippier and Brady Moore in the game. And that's going to be a travel on Jake Heidbreder as the three is off the mark. First turnover for the Highlanders, but still doing good with a nice 6-point lead with 3 minutes to go in this first quarter.
They're going to have to limit those mistakes if they want to keep this lead going.
Kleber's bringing it up the floor. Pass it to the corner to Loftman. Kleber at the top of the key. Over to Fitch. Kleber shoots the three ball, and it's good.
That was great offense there by Bloomington North. They're doing a very good job of finding these open shots, even if some of them haven't been falling early on in this game.
Floyd Central running the 2-3 tonight, and they're going to have to shoot their way out of it because it's looking pretty solid right now. Heidbreder with the ball in the wing, passes it into the paint to Brady Moore, and he's fouled on the floor by Cade Loftman. That's 2 fouls on Loftman already, and he just got subbed into the game.
Right, that's not a good look for Loftman, the senior. The Cougars are going to have to limit those mistakes, and the Highlanders are going to eventually take advantage of those when that turns into a bonus in free throws.
Yeah, definitely. Heidbreder has it out top. Washington in the paint. Looks to pass to Heidbreder, but is defended. Heidbreder takes the three. And it's good. Rattles in for Jake Heidbreder. It's his second of the night, I'm pretty sure. Kleber brings it up the floor. Pick and roll set with Blair. Out to Fitch. It's number 12, Tuhill. Back to Kleber. Shoots it from the free throw line, and it is off. An air ball from Kleber. Burks bringing it up the floor. Misses the shot. And we're going to get a loose ball foul on Max Trippier, number 12 for the Highlanders.
Right, that was the right call there. Definitely a lot of contact. If you're Max Trippier, you're going to have to be more careful when you're going up for those rebounds against a team with bigger people than him. in Bloomington North.
Kind of a mistake by Seth Burks. I mean, I know he got ambitious. He drove the lane, but he had Heidbreeder open on the other side. He needed to dump that one off and get the assist.
Right. It is senior night. I know he's trying to perform, but you have to make smart decisions here.
Fitch drives lane, shoots the ball, off the mark, rebounded by Highlander. It's going to be a foul on, I think, number 23, Jeremiah Blair. So Bloomington North's big men getting in some foul trouble early right now.
Right. The Highlanders are taking very good advantage of Bloomington North trying to assert themselves in the paint, and it's working almost perfectly.
They're driving the lane. They're forcing the big men to step up, and it's causing a lot of fouls.
Right. If they can get this team in foul trouble early and get some of those big presences out of the paint, the scoring will come a lot easier and a lot quicker for the Highlanders and down low.
Absolutely.
Especially with bigger people like Grant Goldman down there.
Got a bit of a break here as the referee's cleaning up some sweat off the ground. These teams are going really hard, you know, so there's going to be bodies hit the ground, and that's always going to happen.
Right. It's physical basketball here tonight.
Yep. Out top to Klaber. Swings it over to Fitch. Back to Klaber. Back to Fitch. In the paint to Loftman. Out to Fitch. Back to Klaber up top. This 2-3 by the Highlanders is looking really solid right now.
Right there deep.
Swings it to Toolhill. Out to Klaber. Over to Toolhill on the wing. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Trippier. Passes it up court to Burks. Burks has it at the top of the key. Guarded by Fitch. Passes it to Heidbreeder. To the corner to Trippier. Passes it to Heidbreeder. Brady Moore sets the pick and rolls. Heidbreeder pulls up for a deep two, but a solid shot from Jake Heidbreeder.
Right, he's making all of those tough shots fall tonight so far.
Klaber passes to Fitch. Klaber has it back out top. Loftman sets the pick and rolls lane. Out to Jeremiah Blair. Blair pulls up for the two, and it's off the mark, rebounded by Trippier.
The Highlanders have been doing excellent getting those defensive rebounds so far.
Yes. Brady Moore has it on the wing. Passes it to Max Trippier. Out to Seth Burks. Heidbreeder has it at the top of the key, almost stolen by Klaber. Trippier with the three at the end of the quarter, and that is going to be it for our first quarter of action here at Floyd Central High School. Highlanders lead 13-5 right now. Solid quarter from the Highlanders. What do you have to say about that, Michael?
Right, their defense has been absolutely top-notch so far, and so is their offense. They've been hitting those efficient shots, and Jake Heidbreeder has been hitting even the contested shots so far. It has been absolutely fantastic. We'd like to thank the following grant writers who made this production possible. Patty and Zach Howard with Schuler Bauer Real Estate, Branco School of Advertising and Design, Baptist Health Medical Group Bariatric Surgery, Nancy Castile with Destinations to Travel, Glacier HVAC, Rooted CBD Oil, Kentuckiana Mortgage Group, and Bubba's 33. Thank you all. You'll make what we do possible.
All right, we're about to get ready with the second quarter of action, and I'm going to have Josh tell you all little stats from the first quarter.
So as we saw, threes were big. We had 3 threes in that first quarter, 1 by Burks and 2 by Heidbreeder. He had also that deep two, giving him 8 points, the leading scorer for the Highlanders. And a little bit of a shocker, Max Trippier had 3 rebounds in that first quarter. Did a great job hustling for it, and a pretty low scoring side for the Cougars as Klaber had that 1-3 and Steinfeld had 2. So right now you got 2 players, and for the Highlanders you got 3 players when it comes to points.
Right.
Yep.
The Highlanders have been doing excellent limiting those offensive possessions for the Cougars, getting those defensive rebounds and affording their offense as many opportunities as possible to score.
Yep. Steinfeld inbounds it to Fitch, over to Roberts, back out to Fitch, over to Steinfeld, out to Wenzel, in the paint to Loftman. Loftman shoots the ball, misses it, rebounded by Grant Goldman. Passes it to Jake Heidbreeder. Jake brings it up the court. Grant Goldman comes to set a pick at the top of the key. Heidberger drives, shoots the shot, off the mark a little bit, rebounded by Loftman.
He's going to have to do a better job setting his feet and getting his balance.
Marco Fitch bringing it up the floor, finds Steinfeld in the lane for an easy 2.
Defensive lapse there by the Highlanders.
Heidberger brings it up the floor. Over to Harrod. Cole Harrod been an important player for these Highlanders shooting the 3-ball this year. Into Brady Moore, into Grant Goman. Passes it back to Moore, misses the shot, rebounded by Loftman.
That was excellent defense by the Cougars.
It was. Roberts passes it to Fitch. Picked by Steinfeld. Fitch finds the open man, Loftman, in the paint. 2 beautiful assists by the sophomore guard, Marco Fitch. Heidberger has the ball at the top of the key. Drives, kicks it out to Max Trippier. Out to Cole Harrod. In the paint to Grant Goman, guarded by Loftman. Grant Goman drives lane, misses the shot, gets his own board, and puts it up and is fouled.
Excellent offense there by Grant Goman, using his size to his advantage, getting that trip to the free throw line. And those free throws are going to be crucial for the Highlanders tonight if they want to maintain this lead.
Yeah, this is a good free throw shooting team. They've been good at it all year, so we expect them to put up big numbers from the line this nice night. Good shot by Grant Goman. Gives the Highlanders a 5-point lead. Marco Fitch did not start the game tonight for Bloomington North, but could he be the answer for their offense? Just 2 beautiful assists as he entered the game the second quarter.
Right, he's been performing really well as a distributor for this Cougars team that's had quite of a slow offense so far tonight.
Yep. Grant Goman converts on the second free throw, and the Cougars have the ball in the paint right now. Loftman with the step back.
There's a beautiful spin move there down low in the paint to get around Grant Goman.
Heidberger has it at the top of the key, guarded by Venzel. Brady Moore sets him a pick. He drives lane, finds Grant Goman, but he loses the ball. Rebounded by Venzel, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession Highlanders.
That's just the size of Grant Goman working again. He's quite a bit bigger than Isaac Venzel, and he used every bit of it there.
He's got to be ready for that pass, though. Heidberger had him wide open for a layup, and he just wasn't ready for the ball.
Right, you have to be smart on offense if you're the Highlanders.
Harrod inbounds it to Trippier. Trippier throws a bad pass straight to Isaac Venzel, and he's fouled by Jake Heidberger.
That was a great job by Jake Heidberger getting down low and trying to stop the layup, but he's got to be smarter about going up for that block. You can't put good shooters like Venzel on the free throw line to give this Cougars team more opportunities to score.
Fans were a little upset with that call, but Heidberger got him with the body a little bit, and I think that's where the foul came. And Venzel converts the first free throw. Heidberger looks to be a little bit shaken up on that foul right there. He was holding his hand, kind of shaking it off. Could he have injured his hand or his wrist a little bit on that play?
He's a tough player. He'll make it through the game.
Yep. Venzel converts the second free throw. Makes it 15-13 here at Floyd Central. Heidberger to Goman. Goman at the three-point line on the wing. Out to Harrod. Swings it to Heidberger. Heidberger with the deep 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Roberts. Fitch swings it to Venzel. Venzel's shot is off the mark. Rebounded by Grant Goman. And kicks it out to Jake Heidberger.
Excellent.
Heidberger drives lane and converts the tough layup. A lot of contact there. That could have been an and one.
He's got 10 points.
Yeah, Heidberger's already got double digits. He's asserting himself in this game tonight. Marco Fitch at the wing. Swings it to Venzel. Back out to Fitch. Across to Roberts. In the paint to Loftman. Out to Fitch. He shoots the 3-ball. It's off the mark, but it is rebounded by Steinfeld. And it is knocked out of bounds by Grant Goman. So the ball stays with the Cougars.
Excellent defense there by the Highlanders, not allowing them to get a clean shot off. It felt like Fitch kind of rushed that three-point shot almost. That's why it was off target. They just got to keep that rebound. Don't let them get another possession in.
Klaber comes in for Fitch, and Blair comes in for Loftman. So 2 substitutions for the Cougars. Also, Caleb Washington's going to enter for Brady Moore for the Highlanders. And Jeremiah Blair throws the ball off the back of Grant Goman, gets it himself, and then gets fouled for the layup. A smart play by the senior.
Never seen that until at a high school game.
Yeah, high school basketball, I mean, you know, got to do some clever things sometimes. So
Yeah.
Blair is at the line shooting 2.
They're definitely getting creative down low, and you almost have to against a tough defense like the Highlanders.
Misses the first free throw. And converts the second free throw. The Highlanders lead by 3 right now with 5 minutes to go in the half. Heidbreeder brings it up the floor, passes it to Purvis on the wing. Goman sets him the pick and cuts lane. Washington from the top converts the three-pointer. Kleber brings it up the floor, passes it to Roberts, back out to Kleber. Picked by Steinfeld. Back across to Roberts, to Blair, to Roberts. Roberts drives the lane, kicks it out to Blair. Blair shoots the 3 ball. Off the mark, but offensive rebound by Roberts, and he's going to get fouled by Goman.
You have to limit those fouls if you're the Highlanders. You can't allow them to put themselves on the line like that, because that's where they're scoring the most at the moment.
Yeah, that's 2 fouls on Grant Goman really fast right there. We're going to see what Coach Sturgeon's going to want to do.
Well, there's really no
Timeout, Bloomington North right now.
there's really no one you could put in for Grant Goman to replace that defensive presence. Really, he's been huge so far this game, not allowing them to score very much in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, he steps over, he takes charges, he gets blocks. He's just a big body in the middle. And I mean, even if he's not asserting himself defensively, just his like size in the middle is just intimidating to guards that want to drive the lane and shoot layups. You know, like they're going to avoid that contact. They don't want to confront him because he's obviously a big guy, and I mean, he may foul them, but you know, they're going to pay for it if they want to score on him. So he's just a big presence that they need in the middle.
Right. Size-wise, the only player the Highlanders really have that's remotely close to him is maybe Caleb Washington, with that height and that just bulk in the center. And you could tell even just the leadership factor that Goman has on this team when he's on the floor is huge on the offensive end. He conducts this offense quite perfectly.
Yep. We're going to have Roberts at the free throw line with 2 shots, and Coach Sturgeon did decide to sit Goman as he's got 2 fouls with 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in his first half. Roberts converts the first free throw. Jaqueline Roberts is a freshman forward, 6'5", 183 pounds. He's having a good night tonight for a true freshman. Converts the other free throw. 4-point game, Highlanders lead 20-16. Heidbreeder brings it up the floor right now, guarded by Venzel. Swings it to the wing to Purvis. Out top to Brady Moore. Passes it to Cole Harrett. Out to Caleb Washington. Swings it to Jake Heidbreeder. He takes the deep 3, and it's off the mark, rebounded by Kleber.
If you're the Highlanders, you have to take more efficient shots than that.
Kleber finds Steinfeld in the paint. And that's going to be a timeout for Coach Sturgeon. He's not happy about that. That's 3 times tonight that they've pushed the floor, had the big men cut the lane, easy 2 points. They've got 6 points off of that right now, and that's the difference in this game.
Right, that's huge. That's been huge for the Highlanders, or for the Cougars, excuse me, tonight. That's where most of their points are coming from, is down low on those fast breaks. We'd like to thank the following grant writers who made this production possible. Neighborhood Food Mart, Rudder Electric, Permanent Makeup by Jesse at About, Face Spa and Salon, Republic Bank, Personal Travel, United Dynamics, James Bourne Gallery, and Hydro Warehouse and Transportation. Thank y'all. You make what we do possible. We love y'all.
So one thing I want to point out is we just saw Heidbreeder. He's taking 2 deep threes and then go in. And that happened ever since his one foul that he really disagreed with. Whenever Heidbreeder gets discouraged, he takes some of those dumb, far-out contested shots, and that will lead to a comeback if he just open fires.
Heidbreeder also hurt his hand a little bit. I saw him when they were shooting the free throws. He hurt his hand a little bit on that block that he had that they called a foul on. And, I mean, we don't know. That could be affecting his shot right now, so we're going to have to see how that plays out the rest of the game.
And if it affects it, then stop shooting.
In the paint to Brady Moore, off the mark, rebounded by Steinfeld. Kleber brings it up the floor, drives lane and shoots. Off the mark, rebounded by Blair, and he's fouled.
Beautiful offense there by the Cougars, getting themselves to the line very quickly here coming off of that timeout.
Jeremiah Blair at the free throw line with 2 shots. Chance to tie the game for the Cougars. And it's off the mark.
These teams have been trading fouls early on in this game, it seems like.
Yeah, they have. The Cougars are now in the bonus. And it's good. 1 point game. Highlanders lead. Seth Burks subs in for Brady Moore. Jake Heidberger brings it up the floor. Passes it to Harrett. Caleb Washington working the post. Out to Seth Burks. Gets it tipped by Jeremiah Blair. Swings it to Purvis. Purvis gives it up top to Cole Harrett. Swings it to Heidberger, guarded by Vinsel. Purvis has it on the wing. Back out to Heidberger. Shoots another deep three, and it's off again. Steinfeld with the shot, or with the rebound.
Heidberger's getting frustrated. He's taking those deep threes. You're going to have to be more efficient if you want to keep this lead if you're Jake
Ever
Heidberger.
since that foul where he could have hurt his hand, he's 0 for 3 from three-point line.
Well, he's also shooting deep, too.
Klaber has it up top. And a chance for the Cougars to take the lead right now in the second quarter. Inside to Blair. Swings it to Roberts. Off the foot of Heidberger, out of bounds. Possession Cougars.
The Highlanders played excellent defense there, but it was a smart thing to do by the Cougars to get it off out of bounds to allow themselves to reset on offense and get another good possession in.
Nate Toohill enters the game for Roberts. Toohill has the ball, swings it to Blair, out to Klaber. Swings it to Vinsel. Over to Toohill, back to Vinsel, out to Klaber. Klaber in the paint to Blair, and a travel on Jeremiah Blair. The costly mistake for the Cougars. That's 3 traveling calls on them in this first half. That can't make you happy as a head coach.
No, it can't, and they're going to have to get out of their own heads here. I mean, it seems like they haven't settled in just quite yet.
Heidberger brings it up the floor, guarded by Vinsel. Harrett has it on the wing. Drives paint, kicks it to Heidberger. Heidberger has it out top again, guarded by Vinsel. Purvis has it on the wing. Out to Harrett. Swings it to Burks. And a traveling call on Burks.
These teams are letting the nerves get to them almost.
Yeah, they are. This is unreal. There's been 5 traveling calls between these two teams already tonight. I mean, you know, these are high school kids. We get it, but these are top-level players. You'd think they'd be able to clean up the mistakes, but they're having some troubles early.
Right.
Klaber has it out top. Inside to Blair. Defended by Washington. Steinfeld gets the rebound and puts it in. The Cougars take a 1-point lead.
Steinfeld using his size there almost perfectly.
Heidberger pulls up for the deep 2, and it's off again, rebounded by Steinfeld. Heidberger is shooting himself out of the game right now. He swings it to Vinsel, back to Klaber, drives lane, loses the ball, stolen by Heidberger. He's going to drive lane. Foul on Steinfeld.
Jake has to be absolutely livid right now. He's been trying to shoot himself out of this slump that he has, and it's not going well.
Foul on number 44, Steinfeld. I think that's 2 on him, if I'm not mistaken. Heidberger's going to be at the line with 2 shots, and again, Heidberger looks to be shaken up on that play. He got hit in the face by Steinfeld, and he was checking his nose. He might have a bloody nose right now, but he converts the free throw to tie the game at 21.
Right, these free throws are crucial here for the Highlanders. They need to get this lead back going into halftime.
Brady Moore comes in for Cole Harrett. Heidberger with a chance to take the lead. Converts the free throw, up by 1. Hopefully that's what Heidberger needed to get out of the shooting slump.
Well, I guess we'll find out on the next possession. Heidberger's the type that's going to shoot it no matter what.
Yep, that is true. Tuhill from the corner converts it to give the Cougars a 2-point lead.
Smart shot there by the Bloomington North Cougars.
They really need to lock in right here before halftime. To go into halftime with a lead at Floyd Central's home court, I mean, it would be huge for this Bloomington North team.
Right, they would have all the momentum going into the second half, and once this Floyd Central team loses momentum, it's hard to regain it.
Yeah. Heidberger has it out top. He's getting the 5-second count from the ref. Looks like they're going to take a last shot here before halftime. He pulls up from 3, and it is way short. An air ball from the junior, Jake Heidberger. I couldn't tell if that ball was tipped or not, but just not a smart shot from the junior leader.
Right, that's not something you see very
Passes
often.
it into Tuhill, and he shoots the shot from midcourt, and it's off, but the Cougars are going to go into halftime with a 2-point lead.
That's just not something you see very often from Jake Heidberger, an air ball. Like, really? I've never seen that out of him, and the 2 years I've been watching him. Like,
yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw Jake Heidberger airball a shot. He's better than that. He's got to get out of his head right now. He's got to start taking smart shots. And if it's not working for him from 3 right now, he just needs to pass the ball. There's other players on the team, make some assists, get some good team offense going, and that's going to be their answer if they want to come back and win in the second half.
right, Heidberger needs, I know Heidberger's a faster player, but he just needs to slow it down, take it easy, find the open player, let them take the open shot. Play smart basketball here, play efficient basketball. You cannot let the Bloomington North Cougars run away with this game.
All right, we're going to have Josh here with some first half stats for both teams.
Saying the one that sticks out for FC, Heidberger scored 10 in the first. Only 2 in that second quarter, coming from those final free throws where he got smacked in the face. Washington has 5 points, and Goman has 2. And Burks has hit his 1-3 that he had in the corner in the first. And Steinfeld stepped up, scoring 8 points. So and like you said at the beginning, finishes 2 assists. The whole team is doing a great job in general, just getting the assist and getting the ball inside for some easy baskets by Steinfeld and Loftman.
Yeah, I mean, the Cougars' fast break offense has just been really what brought them back that second quarter. Like at the start of the quarter, they had 2 fast breaks where they found the big men, Loftman and Steinfeld, in the middle for some easy layups. And then even at the end of the quarter, Steinfeld converted 2 more layups for 4 easy points. And I mean, that's been the difference. Highlanders had the lead going into that quarter. Heidberger went into a bit of a slump, stopped scoring, and nobody stepped up. So the Cougars came back and took the lead.
Right. We'd like to thank the following grant writers for making this production possible. Right Choice Home Inspection, Julie Gamble Group, Matt Lincoln with Schuerbauer Real Estate, Ohio Valley Home Health, First Saving Banks, Ernstberger Orthodontics, and Gaddy's Pizza. Thank y'all. You'll make what we do possible.
All right, we got some halftime festivities going on here, and we're going to get back to the game in 8 minutes. How do y'all feel about what's going on so far?
Well, the Bloomington North Cougars have been doing an excellent job pushing the ball into the paint, where I thought they would struggle initially. Steinfeld has been doing absolutely fantastic in the paint against Grant Goman. With those fast breaks, he's been absolutely torching the Highlanders defense. I mean, there's not been much they've been able to do all game long against him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with what the big men are doing for Bloomington North right now. I mean, we knew they had size, but we didn't think that they could compete with Grant Goman and his mass. But they've been running the floor. They've been cutting in the lane. They've been getting easy layups. And, I mean, how about the guards for Bloomington North finding the open guy? I mean, they've been cutting the lane, and they've been dishing them the ball, and it's probably gotten them 10 easy points. And so, I mean, the Highlanders, that's something they're going to have to adjust to if they want to win this ball game. I'm sure Coach Sturgeon's going over it with them at halftime right now.
Right, especially Marco Fitch. He was a surprise coming off the bench, finding those 2 open assists quite easily, providing a much-needed spark for that Bloomington North offense. That's what gave them the momentum to put them into this lead coming into half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Nick Klaber started the game, but once Marco Fitch came in the second quarter, he really sparked their offense. Like that was what they needed to get going. They got on a roll, you know. That was the spark they needed for them to get some points on the board and get the lead going into halftime.
Now, that's not to say Klaber's been playing badly at all tonight. He's been really good, especially on the defensive side of the ball, limiting some of the role players on the Islanders to not putting up very many points. Now, part of that may be because Jake Heidberger is taking some deep threes, some really contested shots, and not playing very efficient basketball. But
Let's talk about that for a second. Heidbreeder, has a insanely good first quarter. We've seen him do it all year. Comes out hot, makes some good shots, some deep contested shots. Then one play, drives to the lane, and to defend Isaac Venchel on a fast break layup. He goes up for the block, hits him a little bit with the body. They call the foul, whatever. But the main focus is that right hand that he blocked the ball with seemed to be shaken up. I've seen him walking around. He's been shaking it out. He's been holding his wrist. And we don't know, but that right hand could be shaken up, and that could be affecting his shot right now. Because right after that, he only scored 2 points that whole second quarter, and they came from 2 free throws. He went 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from the three-point line, and I just feel like he's taking bad shots right now, and that's not what the Highlanders need if they want to get back into this game.
Right. Jake Heidbreeder's going to have to, like I said, slow it down, find the open man, let them get the open shot. And if that wrist or hand is bothering him, you can't be taking those shots. Even if it's not bothering you, can't. I know he's a confident player, but you can't be taking those deep contested threes all the time.
Yeah, especially if he's got something wrong with his hand. I know it sucks and injuries happen, but you gotta suck it up, and you gotta let someone else be the star of the show tonight. He's already got 12. He needs to do what he can to assist people. He needs to do what's best for the team and get this W for the Highlanders rather than try to have a 30-point night.
Right. He's gonna have to, like I said, distribute the ball a lot better. Not just let your seniors like Seth Burks and Ben Purvis be your distributors for tonight. He's gonna have to be a facilitator tonight as well.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, you got some stats for us for Bloomington North tonight?
So what we saw is a lot of assists going on the inside, and like I said, Seinfeld's leading the pack here with 8 points. The big difference, though, the Cougars are more spread out. They have 7 players scoring for themselves, and for the Highlanders, they only got 4, being Goman, Burks, Heidbreeder, and Washington.
Yeah, and not only do they only have 4, Heidbreeder's got over half their points.
He's got 12, so he's up there.
It's like they have 4 people that have scored points, but the other people that have scored have 2, 3, and 5 points. So
yeah.
The Heidbreeder or the Highlanders are just they're not sharing the ball enough. They need to get other people open. They need to cut the lane, get the easy shots, and spread out their points. And that's something that the Cougars are doing well, and I think that's given them the edge in this first half, especially coming back from a hole of about 6 points after the first quarter.
And that's a bit of the Achilles heel. It's been all season. I said earlier that Heidbreeder, every time when he cools down after a hot streak, it's just open fire. He doesn't care who's in between him. He doesn't care how far it is. He just shoots. And I think that's really what struggles is he won't distribute the ball. He's not a playmaker in general, but when he's mad and shots like going off, he's full-on ball hog. Is exactly what he is. I get a lot of the comeback was the amazing inside scoring for the Cougars, but for Floyd Central, it would just have to be the selfishness of Jake Heidbreeder.
Right, they're going to have to spread the ball out a lot more. Allow those role players to step up. You're going to have to start hitting these shots from the three-point line as well. You're going to have to start making up this deficit really quickly and not allow these Bloomington North Cougars to keep on their hot streak down low.
Yeah, it's kind of been the theme all year, as Josh said. When Heidbreeder's not hot, the Highlanders don't play as a team. They get lazy. They get, they're not able to keep up with the pace of what the other team's doing. They just get a little shaken up. It's like when he's the leader of the team and when he's holding them together, they play fantastic. Everybody scores. Everybody plays defense. Everybody moves around. But when he's in a slump and they don't have that continuous guy scoring the ball, they don't know how to respond. And that's going to be crucial in playoff basketball coming up soon. They're going to have to find a leader. They're going to have to find someone that can make plays, someone that can step up when Heidbreeder's not doing it. Because, this is a junior kid, he's got another year. He's not, he can't do everything for this team. And,
exactly.
I don't think Coach Sturgeon wants him to do everything for this team. He wants his other players to step up. He wants these sophomores that he's bringing up to the varsity level to make an impact on this game.
Right, and they're going to be crucial, especially going into next year. Once Jake Heidbreeder is a senior, and you're going to lose your basically coaches on the court, and Seth Burks and Ben Purvis, because they know the system so well. They're basically mini coaches. You see when Seth Burks is on the bench, he's out there yelling at the players like Coach Sturgeon is, getting them to go to their marks and everything.
Yeah, I mean, Seth Burks and Ben Purvis, like, I mean, they're great players, and they're just great to have on your team. But, like, their biggest impact this year has just been, like, the glue that holds the team together. You know what I'm saying? It's like Goman's a star on the court, you know. He's the big body. But, like, the senior leaders, Ben Purvis and Seth Burks, I see them all the time on the court, on the bench. They're picking up the young guys. They're teaching them how to handle this pressure and what they need to do to convert, to score. You know, like just everything they need to do to play as a team. They know that. They've been here 4 years. That's just what Floyd Central needs. You know, they need those leaders out on the floor.
Right, and when they are out on the floor, they do a good job of playing selfless basketball. They do a good job of facilitating the ball, getting those assists, giving opportunities to your scorers like Jake Hybreeder and Grant Gelman down low. And right now they're going to need other people to step up as facilitators, such as Jake Hybreeder.
And as I just said, we're getting started with some second half action right now. And I mean, Sturgeon's going with all three of the seniors on the floor right now. I mean, he's kind of sending a statement to everybody. He's like, if we're going to win this game, it's going to be behind our seniors on senior night. We're going to see who's going to step up and make plays. You know, it's the starting lineup they've gone with all year. You got the young kid, Washington. You got the star, Jake Hybreeder, and then you got the seniors. So we're going to see how they respond in the second half of action. And here we go. Bloomington North inbounds the ball. Steinfeld into Claiborne. Steinfeld inbounds the ball to Claiborne. Passes it to Roberts. Roberts stolen by Purvis, gets the ball back, drives the lane, out to Claiborne. Passes it to Vinsel. Vinsel trapped in the corner, passes it out to Claiborne, out to Roberts, into the corner to Steinfeld, across court to Vinsel, up top to Claiborne. In the middle to Blair, out to Roberts, shoots the three ball, and it's good.
Efficient offense there by the Cougars. They did a good job moving the ball
Good start
around.
for the Cougars. That's exactly what they needed. Just come out of halftime, keep pushing the pace, keep expanding their lead. Purvis has it right now on the wing. Passes it to the free throw line to Caleb Washington, gives it back to Purvis, swings it to Seth Burks. Grant Goman has it up top, out to Burks, hands it off to Jake Hybreeder. Hybreeder working off of a pick by Grant Goman. Washington finds Burks in the paint, goes up, a little bit of contact there, but rebounded by Steinfeld. And it's going to be a jump ball. And I believe the possession is going to stay with the Highlanders.
That was excellent defense there by the Bloomington North Cougars, but the Highlanders are doing a good job of trying to find those open shots, not just letting Jake Hybreeder take
in
all
the paint
of
to Grant Goman, shoots the hook shot, rebounded by Steinfeld. Claiborne bringing it up the floor. Pick by Blair on Ben Purvis. Claiborne dribbles around the key. Roberts has it on the wing. Out to Claiborne. Kicks it to Vinsel. Pump fakes. Drives lane. Kicks it to Roberts. Kicks it out to Claiborne. Kicks it to Vinsel. Up top to Claiborne. Out to Vinsel, defended by Ben Purvis. Kicks it over to Roberts. On the wing with Roberts.
It's a good defense by the Highlanders.
Yeah, they are settling down, and they're playing their game that we know that they can. Claiborne has it up top. Claiborne drives to the paint, dribbles back out, passes it to Vinsel, back to Claiborne, back to Roberts from the same spot, and drains the three ball. It's an 8-point lead for the Cougars with Jaquan Roberts with 6 points.
That was excellent ball movement by the Cougars finding the open man. Took them a while, but they did it.
Burks into the paint to Goman, back out to Burks, swings it to Purvis, passes it to Goman in the paint, drop steps, goes up with the easy 2. That's what the Highlanders need to do. They got to find the rhythm in the paint. Grant Goman, as the senior, has to assert himself and like show that that's what he's here to do. There's nobody that's going to stop him. He needs to assert himself.
Right, let him do his thing. Use his size in the paint against the smaller Steinfeld.
Kleber passes it to Wenzel, and he's fouled by, I think, Seth Burks on the wing.
Highlander foul on number 10, Seth Burks.
Can't keep committing those fouls if you're the Highlanders. You have to play efficient. You have to play efficiently, even on defense.
Passes it into Roberts to Wenzel, drives the lane, kicks it out, stolen by Purvis.
There we go, playing that efficient defense.
Purvis passes it to Heidberger, drives lane, and blocked by Jeremiah Blair. Oh my gosh, that was a monstrous block.
That was excellent defense there by the Cougars, not allowing Jake Heidberger even the slightest opportunity to score. They know he's the star of this team, and they know most of the offense is going to flow through him.
Yeah, and they know that if he gets hot, he's going to be hard to stop, so they need to just keep him cold right now. Purvis inbounds it to Heidberger. Double teamed by Wenzel and Steinfeld. Heidberger makes the tough floater.
Eventually, Wenzel's going to end up drawing a foul.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
I thought that was going to be a charge on Heidberger.
Kleber has the ball on the wing, drives, passes it to Roberts. Kleber has it up top, passes it to Wenzel. Wenzel pump fakes. And a floater by Nick Kleber is going to go off the top of the backboard, and then an over-the-back call on Steinfeld. That's going to be his 3rd foul of the night, and I think coach is going to take him out.
Right, that was just a rough all-around possession for the Bloomington North Cougars. They got it was a bad shot that they got off, first of all, and then they got the foul on top of that. That was just not an overall good possession.
That was not what they were looking to do there, but you know, they still got a 4-point lead. They need to just settle down, find their rhythm, and keep shooting the 3 ball against that 2-3 zone by the Highlanders. And Heidberger's bringing it up the floor right now. Pick by Grant Goman. Heidberger drives the lane, kicks it to Washington. Washington out to Purvis. Purvis defended by Kleber right now. Swings it to Heidberger. In the paint to Grant Goman and misses the rebound, but gets his own board and is going to be fouled. Grant Goman's going to the line for 2.
He's been efficient here all year long. This is going to be huge for the Highlanders if they want to get back into this game. They need to cut this lead down any way they can.
Yeah, Grant Goman's being the difference maker right now, especially after those 2 3-pointers by Roberts. Gave the Cougars the 8-point lead. They needed someone to step up because Heidberger's obviously still cold. You know, Goman stepped up, got some offensive boards, created shots, and he converts the first free throw here to make it a 3-point game.
Right, the Highlanders are going to need any form of momentum they can get going in coming here at the end of the 3rd quarter. They're going to need to try and regain this lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And Goman rattles in the 2nd free throw to make it a 1-possession, 2-point game. Cougars lead 30-28. Kleber has it on the wing, drives lane, pulls up with it, blocked by Caleb Washington.
That was excellent.
That freshman, I mean, how about him, man? He's just an athlete. He's got length. He's got height. It's just everything Coach Sturgeon has wanted him to do. Like, he's like the dog of this team, you know what I'm saying? It's like he doesn't always score a lot, but he does the dirty work. He's on the floor. He grabs boards. He gets blocks. You got to have that guy on your team, and he is that guy for the Floyd Central Highlanders. And stepping up as a freshman, too, it's just really impressive, the poise and the composure that kid has to play in these high-level games and situations.
Right, and it's scary too because the only way he's going to go is up.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because he's going to he's here for another 3 years.
Yeah, no, only up for that kid, and I mean, he's got a lot of potential, got a lot of talent. I mean, everybody in this area knew as he was coming up as a middle school kid, you know, they're like, this kid's going to be a star. He's going to be a guy we can rely on for 4 straight years at Floyd Central. And I mean, I feel like Coach Sturgeon's fully backing what he's doing, and he believes in him as a young player for his team. And I mean, he starts as a true freshman, so I mean, this kid's 14, 15 years old, and he's out here with the big kids. So, you know, he's very prepared and very skilled in what he does.
And you can tell the influence that the seniors like Grant Goman has had on him. It's like you can see the rebounding prowess has progressed as the season has gone along. His scoring presence in the paint has gone up as the season has gone along. He's become a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be possession Bloomington North, and they are looking inbound it. Looks like Isaac Vinsel, the junior, is going to inbound for the Cougars. Out top to Jeremiah Blair. Back to Kleber. Kleber has it up top. Picked by Vinsel. Vinsel cuts lane. Out top to Vinsel. And a travel is going to be called on Isaac Vinsel. I don't know about that call. What do you think about that one, Josh?
Mate, I saw his pivot foot slide a little, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it all happened so fast it was hard to see, but he definitely disagreed with it. Heidberger brings it up the floor. Drives the lane, passes it to Purvis. Purvis airballs it, rebounded by Goman, and Goman ties up the game. This is what they need from the senior leader right now. I mean, he is stepping up big time.
Right. I almost think that wasn't an airball. I thought that was a pass to Goman to try and get an easy layup up top.
It could have been, because that shot, if it was a shot, it was really off the mark. Vinsel shoots the three off the mark, and it's going to be a foul on Caleb Washington. Pushes Jeremiah Blair in the back, and it's going to stay with the Cougars.
Right, that was excellent defense by the Highlanders there. They're going to need to take advantage of the Cougars are out of their rhythm right now. They need to take advantage of that.
Blair inbounds it to Kleber. Kleber drives baseline and steps out of bounds. That's going to be possession Highlanders.
The Highlanders are getting into their heads right now. You can tell they're slowing down.
Yeah, they've got to do something right here. I mean, this is where the Highlanders need to step up. We need to see some points from Jake Heidberger and Grant Goman. They've got to step on the gas pedal as they have the momentum going into the end of the third quarter. Wow. Passes it into the lane to Grant Goman for another 2 points. I mean, how about the senior forward?
Fancy spin move, though.
Yeah, he got a little off balance, but he converted the shot.
That was excellent offense.
Three ball by Toohill. Rebounded by Washington. Out to Purvis. Purvis brings it up the floor. Over to Heidberger. To the middle to Caleb Washington. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Kleber. Bringing it up the floor. Out to Toohill.
The Cougars know the Highlanders have the momentum right now. They're slowing it down, trying to get this lead back.
Oh, definitely.
They're looking for an efficient shot here. The Highlanders just are not giving it to them. This is excellent defense.
High pass over to Kleber. Into the paint to Loftman. Back to Kleber. Kleber shoots the jumper off the mark. And it's going to be out of bounds on Jeremiah Blair.
That was excellent. That was an excellent defensive possession for the Highlanders. They didn't allow an open shot all game long. It was excellent. Just fantastic defense by everyone all around. Now, can they take advantage on offense, build upon this lead, get those momentum going? Because the Cougars are doing an excellent job of limiting that.
Inbounded by Goman. Heidberger brings it up the floor. Passes it to Trippier on the wing. Goman cuts lane. Oh, blocked by Blair, but they call a foul.
That was an excellent job by Goman drawing the foul there.
It really was.
Again, this is where he's been efficient all night long. He's on the free throw line.
It's Blair's third foul.
Ooh. That would be a huge loss for them if he were to exit the game due to fouls. He's been excellent. Blair's been excellent on defense all game long.
Goman converts the first free throw.
Momentum changing free throws right here from Grant Goman.
Goman converts the second free throw. Josh, how many points does Goman have right now?
I believe he has 14.
Oh, my goodness. And how many did he have coming into this quarter, 2?
I think it was like maybe 4.
I think he had 2. I think he's got 12 points in this quarter.
Wow. He's been killing it inside, though. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, his presence in the paint is really killing the Cougars right now. They have no answer for the big man. And this is what we expected from him all game. Like, I mean, he's finally turned it on, and it looks like Coach Sturgeon is going to give Goman a breather right now, but
well-deserved.
Yeah, well-deserved breather as we head into the fourth quarter.
Well, if you notice, Aaron Steinfeld hasn't been on him all quarter long. That's been the main guy that the Cougars have had matched up on him, limiting him in the paint.
Steinfeld got into foul trouble early with the 3 fouls, and the Cougars have had him out, and I think that could be the difference maker. Toohill from the corner for the 3 makes it a 1-point game.
That could be a momentum swayer here. The Highlanders have to play efficient offense, maybe slow it down, get it, find the open shot, be efficient.
Heidbreder swings it to Trippier. Trippier out to Harrett. Harrett passes it to Trippier, misses the shot, rebounded by Washington, puts it up at the buzzer, and that's going to be a 3-point lead for the Highlanders. 2 points for Caleb Washington at the end of the quarter. And I mean, the big men for the Highlanders are just stepping up right now. I mean, they're just having a heck of a game, especially a heck of a third quarter. This is what they needed to be doing all game. You know, the big men of Bloomington North got into foul trouble, and then the Highlanders capitalized. Their big men started making plays. They started getting offensive rebounds, and that's just what they need to do to win this ball game.
Right, and you can tell that the Cougars are missing the presence of their big men, especially Steinfeld, limiting Goman. I mean, he wasn't in the game all quarter long, and Goman popped off for 12 points there, just absolutely bullying the Cougars in the paint there. And then Caleb Washington is also performing very well in the paint, with no one near his size to guard him. You saw that last second put back layup. That was excellent, taking advantage of his length and the lack thereof on the Bloomington North team.
Yeah, very good quarter from the Highlanders. I'm going to let Josh tell you all some stats from there.
So third quarter, as you said before, main story was Grant Goman. Ending the quarter, 14 points. He's got 5 rebounds on the night.
And most of them are offensive rebounds.
They are. He only has 2 fouls going to this final quarter of play. And look at the scoreboard. You were pretty much right, Isaac. It would be a close game going to the fourth. Only 3-point difference. But that is pretty much about it when it comes to scoring. I believe, yes, Washington and Goman, I think, are the only players that scored with the exception of Heidbreder's 1 floater.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 leaders of this team are stepping up right now, Goman and Heidbreder. Heidbreder's been cold, but, I mean, we all know how he plays in the fourth quarter. We could see him go off right now.
Right, his court vision has improved throughout the second half as well.
Kleber shoots the 3 from the wing, off the mark, rebounded by Washington, out to Harrett, and it's going to be a loose ball foul on Isaac Venzel. Man, I tell you what, this home crowd for the Highlanders is into it right now. They fully believe in this team, and they are ready to see a W.
Right, they are getting both the Highlander team and this home crowd is getting into the Bloomington North players' heads. You can tell they're slowing down on offense. They're getting out of their rhythm. They're not taking efficient shots. They're letting up on defense, which is not something we've seen all game long.
Yeah, definitely. Harrett to Washington in the lane for an easy 2.
Beautiful assist by Cole Harrett there, finding the open man.
Kleber has it up top. Venzel on the wing, out to Kleber. Kleber drives, passes it to Venzel, shoots the 3 ball off the mark, rebounded by Brady Moore. Moore brings it up the floor, passes it to Harrett. Harrett passes it to Brady Moore. Bad pass by the sophomore.
Miscommunication there on offense. You have to limit those if you're the Highlanders.
Covered by Trippier, passes it to Heidbreder on the wing. Heidbreder drives lane and converts the layup. There he is. That's the junior leader we know. Venzel drives lane and a charge on Isaac Venzel. Caleb Washington is having a heck of a second half right now.
He is absolutely stepping up. They needed his presence to come in here, and when Grant Goldman is sitting on the bench, he is doing an excellent job of stepping up here in the fourth.
I mean, Caleb Washington's doing it all. He's getting blocks, he's getting rebounds, he's taking charges, he's scoring buckets.
He's being physical.
Yeah, he's being physical. He's just, I mean, everybody knows who he is right now for sure. Jake Heidberger brings it up the floor, defended by Wenzel. Out top to Washington. Jake Heidberger on the wing, swings it to Harrett. Harrett swings it to Trippier in the corner. Passes it to Washington, fouled by Loftman. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be 4 fouls on the senior Loftman.
That's huge against the Bloomington North Cougars. They keep getting into foul trouble, and that is not a good thing because they don't have anyone coming off that bench that can match the size of either Washington or Goman. If their big men go out, the paint is going to be left wide open.
Yep, but Bloomington North brought in Jeremiah Blair and Jaqueline Roberts. So, I mean, two very big bodies in the middle, along with Steinfeld. So, I mean, they've got a pretty big lineup in the game because they realize they're getting killed in the paint right now. Washington passes it to Harrett. Harrett drives to the wing. Swings it to Goman. Goman pump fakes, passes it to Trippier. Trippier out to Jake Heidberger, stolen by Marco Fitch, but he slips and is out of bounds. Possession, Highlanders.
That was an excellent defensive effort there by Marco Fitch, but he just couldn't control it there.
Yeah.
It's a rare thing from Heidberger, though. He lost the ball. You don't see that very often.
Yeah. Inbounded to Trippier, guarded by Roberts. Out top to Heidberger. Heidberger drives the lane. And it's going to be a foul on Jeremiah Blair.
Did he draw the charge?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be oh no, it's on Steinfeld. Never mind. I thought Jeremiah Blair took the charge there. I mean, he was set. He was there well before Heidberger was, but the refs have a different angle, and I guess they disagree.
Well, if Steinfeld goes out here due to fouls, that's going to be huge for the Highlanders.
Oh, yeah, he's the biggest player on the court right now. He's a little bit bigger than Grant Goman. So. Right,
weight-wise, Goman listed at 230, Steinfeld listed at 242. He's the only one that they have that can match up against a player like Goman.
Yeah, for sure. Heidberger at the line with 2 shots. And Bloomington North in some foul trouble as the Highlanders are now in bonus as we approach the end of this game.
That's going to be huge for the Highlanders.
Yeah. Heidberger converts the free throw.
Assuming they convert these free throws, which they have all night long. They haven't had an issue with it tonight, but I've seen games where they've missed 4, 5, 6 free throws coming down the home stretch in close games. Like that game at Silver Creek, they missed 6 free throws in the final minute, if I'm not mistaken, Josh.
Exactly. Yeah, and it cost them the game.
Wenzel enters the game for Steinfeld as Steinfeld's in foul trouble. Heidberger converts the second free throw. He is 100% from the line tonight. That's going to be big for the Highlanders down the stretch. Marco Fitch has it up top. Guarded by Trippier. Passes it to Roberts. Roberts passes it to Toohill. Toohill pulls up from the lane and makes the floater. And it's going to be a timeout, Bloomington North.
Right, Bloomington North is going to have to come out of this timeout with any form of momentum they can get. Right now it's all on the Highlanders side, and they're going to have to try and stay out of foul trouble right now, as those big men sitting on the bench is not a good sign for the Bloomington North Cougars.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're the Highlanders, you have to start taking advantage. Even if they do put the big men back in, you have to start taking advantage from open spots at the three-point line, and start converting those shots, because those are going to be huge down the stretch as well, especially since they're in the bonus.
Josh, you got any stats for us as we're halfway through this fourth quarter?
Heidberger's got 18 and Goman have 14. So
that's my math is correct. That's 32 of the 42 points for the Highlanders. And if I'm also not mistaken, Caleb Washington has 6. So those 3 players are combined for 38 of the 42 points.
Actually, Washington has 7, and then Burks' 3 makes it 10, which adds up to 32.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of a math lesson right there, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I was close. I was close.
I'm impressed. I'll give that. I'm very impressed that you knew that.
I've been mentally keeping up with the stats, so you know.
And that's impressive.
Harrett passes it to Washington. Some press from the Cougars right now. But Highlanders break it.
They're getting aggressive right now, which is what they need to do. Just stay out of foul trouble as much as you can.
Goman has it in the paint. That's where he's been scoring all night. Oh, defended by Blair. Shot almost goes in.
It's another foul.
The rim got stuck down after Highbreeder smacked it. They had to put it back up. Highbreeder's angry.
He is mad.
He's playing with a lot of aggression right now. He bent the rim a little bit like Zion Williamson out there. He's got a lot of power.
Got lucky they didn't call a tech on him. That was very unnecessary.
Yeah, very passionate player. First free throw by Goman is good.
If the Highlanders can pull ahead back here by double digits, it would be huge.
And like I said earlier, we're down in crunch time, 5 minutes left. And who is Coach Sturgeon going to? All three of the seniors are on the floor here at senior night at Floyd Central High School. We're going to see if they can close this one out. 8-point lead for the Highlanders. And the free throw's good for Goman to make it a 9-point lead, 44-35. Marco Fitch is bringing it up the floor. Passes it to Toolhill. Fitch passes it back to Toolhill. Into the paint to Roberts. Roberts loses the ball, stolen by Grant Goman. Gives it to Jake Heidbreeder.
That was good defense by the Highlanders. You're going to have to keep playing that here down the stretch for the next 4 minutes to keep this game on ice.
Highlanders have a little bit of a lead right now. They need to take smart shots if they want to close this one out. Don't give the Cougars any momentum to get back into this game.
Right, that's what they did against Silver Creek. They gave Silver Creek every opportunity. They gave them every opportunity to come back.
Yeah, they do not need that tonight. Burks finds Washington in the lane, and I mean the freshman converting the layups, the contested layups, very physical kid. I mean, just another fantastic shot by Caleb Washington. Vincel shoots the layup, misses, rebounded by Grant Goman, swings it to Seth Burks, and we have an 11-point lead for the Floyd Central Highlanders right now.
That was a great job by Caleb Washington, taking advantage of the severe lack of Cougar big men down on the court.
And Heidbreeder drives lane, gets banged up a little bit, but they call a travel on Jake Heidbreeder.
You can't have those turnovers if you're the Highlanders. You can't give them any more opportunities than you absolutely have to.
And the big man, Aaron Steinfeld, is entering the game for the Cougars, and the junior guard, Klaber, is also coming back in. Steinfeld has it at the top of the key. Passes it to Klaber, deflected by Jake Heidbreeder. Klaber gets the ball back.
He put some force on that deflection. He is angry.
Yep. Toohill has it on the wing. Out to Klaber. Across to Vincel. Vincel shoots the three ball, and it's good. Vincel's been shooting the three ball pretty well tonight, guys. He's a very good spot-up shooter, especially from the wing.
Right, you can tell he's a leader on this team as well.
Oh, definitely. Goman getting trapped at midcourt, passes it off to Washington. Heidbreeder has it at the top of the key. Swings it to Washington. Up top to Purvis. Defended by Vincel. 3 minutes left in regulation. Purvis drives lane, swings it to Goman in the corner. Out top to Burks. Dumps it off to Heidbreeder. Heidbreeder drives, shakes the defender. Defended by Klaber right now.
Excellent defense by the Bloomington North Cougars here.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to need to stop because there's no shot clock in Indiana and the time is ticking. Right. Heidbreeder at the top of the key. And that's going to be a foul on Klaber, and that is a bonus. So Heidbreeder is going to go to the line with a 1-and-1.
That's huge here for the Highlanders. They chewed quite a bit of clock off, or quite a bit of time off the clock there, and it was excellent. Even though it was excellent defense by the Cougars, you can't allow them to hold on to the ball for that long and still hope to make a comeback.
This is where the free throws are crucial. This is where they messed up against Silver Creek. They got to make the easy ones. And Heidbreeder converts the first shot. I mean, can we talk about how good the Highlanders shooting the free throw tonight? I don't even think they've missed. Have they missed a free throw, Josh?
I believe they have not.
Yeah, I think they're 100% from the line tonight, and Heidbreeder keeps that streak going.
And that gives Heidbreeder 20 points on the night.
20 points on the night, really stepping up in this fourth quarter.
I think it's safe to say he got out of that slump.
Definitely, but Toohill converts the three from the corner, and it's a 7-point game.
Third three for Toohill.
Yeah, really shooting the ball well. Purvis has it at the wing. Aggressive defense from the Cougars right now.
what they need to do, try and limit this Highlanders team from
Yeah,
chewing
they've
the
got to
clock.
get a turnover. And it's going to be a foul on Toohill, and I think Seth Burks is going to go to the line with a 1-and-1.
Again, this is where these free throws come in huge. When you're up 7 points, you got to extend this lead as much as you can and not let them score on the offensive end.
And my mistake, Seth Burks is going to have 2 shots, as that's now 10 fouls for the Bloomington North Cougars. He misses the first shot, and the Highlanders are no longer 100% on the night, as we were just talking about it.
Ruin the streak.
The announcer's curse, I guess.
That exists. If I'm any witness to it, that does exist. I've had multiple times where I've just been corrected in a matter of seconds.
Well, I guess I screwed it up for the Highlanders.
Oh.
Seth Burks with the second shot, and it's good.
He's got 4 points.
He does have 4 points.
It's 3 in the first quarter, and now add that on.
It's an 8-point lead for the Highlanders, and it's going to be a full timeout for the Highlanders.
They're going to have to play good defense on this possession here to try and limit the Bloomington North Cougars from hitting those threes. That's where they've been. That's where the Cougars, have been killing the Highlanders here in the fourth, is from the three-point line. And if you're the Highlanders, you have to keep doing the same thing on offense. So keep chewing the clock, find efficient shots and take them. But if you have to draw a foul and get to the line and convert those free throws, those are absolutely huge.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even though I cursed the free throws a little bit, the free throws have been the difference maker for the Highlanders tonight. I mean, they're only got 1 miss, and I mean, just the points add up over time. I mean, no free throws for the Highlanders tonight, and they're losing right now. So, I mean, 8-point lead, and it's crucial down the stretch. And Jake Heidbreder appears to be getting checked out by the trainer on the bench right now. I think his upper lip was bleeding. He probably caught a tooth as he got hit driving in the lane earlier. But he appears to be okay as he enters the floor as we get back to this fourth quarter action. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in your ball game. Inbounded by Roberts, picked up by Klaber, drives it up the floor. Passes it out to Toohill. Toohill takes the deep three, and it is short, rebounded by Seth Burks.
You have to play more efficient offense if you're the Bloomington North Cougars. You can't just take those deep threes and hope they go in.
Definitely. Heidbreder has it at the top of the key, guarded by Wenzel right now. Ben Purvis is going to be fouled at the top of the key by Roberts, and that's going to be another 2 shots.
I almost think the Bloomington North Cougars have given up on trying not to foul the Highlanders at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're just trying to get the ball back. They need possessions, they need to convert some shots, so they're just trying to foul early while they still got the time.
Right, they're trying not to let the Highlanders chew the clock out of the game here.
And the senior leader, Ben Purvis, converts the first free throw, rattles it in.
His presence has been huge tonight. You can tell he's a leader for this team. He knows the system well. He's making sure everyone's where they're supposed to be. And coming in huge with these free throws. Misses
the second one.
As I say, he's coming in huge with the free throws. He misses a free throw.
Announcer's curse is a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, anytime.
He not only did he miss the free throw, but he's going to get called for stepping over the line on that free throw by the referee, but it did not matter anyway as he did not convert.
Come on, Ben.
Klaber has it out top, swings it to Toohill, back to Klaber, back to Toohill in the corner, drives lane and dumps it off, stolen by Grant Goman.
There's that defensive presence we were talking about. He's been absolutely huge all night long.
The Highlanders are just, they're just stepping up on defense right now. Heidbreder has it at the top of the key, guarded by Wenzel. Almost gets it stolen by Toohill. And Coach Sturgeon is going to call a very smart timeout as they're probably about to turn the ball over there.
Right, Heidbreder had nowhere to go with it. That was a smart timeout by Coach Sturgeon. It was, you can't give this Bloomington North team any more possessions than you absolutely have to, even if it means not bleeding off as much clock as you can.
I mean, no shot clock in high school basketball. We've seen it all year, the controversies of the no shot clock rule. But, I mean, you have to imagine the Highlanders are just going to try to eat clock right now as they have a 9-point lead in this fourth quarter.
Right. As well known as my hatred is for teams that hold the ball, that's probably the smart move here. Not for the next 1 minute and 11 seconds, but necessarily. But
Definitely.
if you get the ball back with, say, 30 seconds left, it's probably the smart move to hold the ball, maybe get a last-second shot off. But you don't want to give this Bloomington North team any more possessions than you absolutely
And,
have
I mean,
to.
the Cougars are going to have to start making shots. At best, it's a 3-possession game right now, and they really need to step up and hit the 3 ball if they want to get back into this game. Purvis inbounds it to Heidbreeder. Heidbreeder brings it up the floor. Getting trapped and fouled by Kleber.
Both those, they're going to double team whoever has the ball now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, their only chance is send them to the free throw line and hope they miss.
Right, they're going to have to hope for a quick 3 on the offensive end down here. And I don't think the Highlanders will give that, well, the Highlanders have been known to give those up, but they've been playing really good perimeter defense all night long.
Yeah, I mean, they've been running kind of a stretch 2-3, and it's been working. Heidbreeder makes the first free throw. Keeps his perfect percentage going tonight.
I say, as much as you want to say for free throws, I think this is the only game where free throws were an advantage. They weren't anything negative for them.
Yeah.
Because they've had games where, yes, they shot well, but they missed the last few free throws at the end of the game, and they lose. They would have made those, they win. This is the only game I think I've seen where the free throws have always been positive for them.
Yeah, I mean, they've consistently shot them well. Even in crunch time when they needed to make them, they've been making them. It's just free throws have really been an advantage for the Highlanders tonight. And you can tell that's something Coach Sturgeon stresses in practice. So that's something they have to work on and be good at. Kleber drives to the lane and gets tied up by Caleb Washington. And that's going to be a jump ball. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be possession Highlanders.
Yeah, I mean, this was good because Kleber got away with a travel before Washington got his hands on it.
Right, either way, that was going to be a turnover for the Bloomington North Cougars there. And that is not what you want to see if you're their
Yeah,
head
I mean,
coach
they were
here.
looking for a quick shot, but they were just out of rhythm there. Burks gets the inbound and is going to be fouled by, I think, Isaac Venzel.
I'm surprised some of
That's
these
going to
players haven't
send
fouled
the
out yet.
senior Seth Burks to the line with 2 shots.
I'm surprised some of these players haven't fouled out yet.
Yeah, I know. I mean, especially the second half, the fouls for Bloomington South are adding up.
I say the good thing is most of them are just players that only have 1 foul, but players like Leonard Venzel, they now have 3.
Yeah, they're using all of them up and trying to keep some of their players in the game.
And Seth Burks converts the free throw, and Grant Goldman is going to head to the bench, most likely be out for the game. He had a heck of a game. How many points did he have, Josh?
He had 16 points.
Yeah, 16 points for the senior leader, and he's done what he needs to do tonight as the Highlanders are going to close this out after another free throw by Burks. Kleber brings it up the floor.
And when you look back at it, it was an absolutely huge night for all of the FC seniors all around.
Oh, definitely.
Even if their impact can't be felt on the box score, you could see they were all stepping up in leadership out on the court, facilitating the ball very well, distributing it very well. And
It's going to be another foul on the Cougars, and Heidbreeder's back at the line.
This is going to rack up points for him.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. He converts another free throw. He's still perfect on the night. How many points has he got, Josh?
That gives him 23.
23.
Chance to make it 24.
I mean, heck of a first quarter for Heidbreeder, 10 points. And
Slow
then
second.
Slow second, slow third, and then fourth quarter, another 12 points for him, and he's got 24 right now.
that's somewhere he's excelled all year, is in the clutch in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he is a superstar. Venzel
Okay.
throws up a prayer from the three-point line. Even got a little bit bumped there, and he banks it in to make it a 12-point game. I guess it doesn't make the final score look that bad, I guess.
Right, he got Jake jumping there. Like, you saw Heidbreeder get quite a bit up in the air, and he just launched it as an absolute
Yeah,
prayer.
I mean, the pump fake definitely worked. Got him off his feet. He
Got a little
stepped in
lucky.
and- yeah, he did get a little lucky. But, hey, sometimes luck needs to be in the favor of these underdog teams. You know, that's what you got to
That's
do to
true.
get back into it. So,
He's got 11 points now, though.
yeah. He has shot the ball well tonight. He's made a couple clutch threes. You know, it was something that he's had a strength at this tonight, even though that one was a little bit of an iffy shot. But
A little iffy.
Right. Outside of like the first quarter, this Bloomington North team has been able to shoot the ball very efficiently from the three-point line.
Definitely. Another thing I want to point out though is after the halftime break, the 2 threes by Roberts gave them an 8-point lead. They were up 30-22. Since then, the Highlanders have outscored them 34-14. They've outscored them 20 points in about a quarter and a half. So they've really found their rhythm here at the end of the game. And I mean, the leaders are definitely Heidbreder and Goman on that rally right there. Heidbreder with the 24 points and the tons of free throws.
They're playing that Todd Sturgeon brand of basketball.
Heidbreder passes it to Goman, back to Heidbreder. Dribbles it up the floor, breaks the press, passes it to the senior leader, Seth Burks, and he's going to be fouled by Roberts.
Here comes the very slow last few seconds of the game.
They're not going to let him just chew the clock out. They're not that kind of team.
Yeah. And Coach Sturgeon's going to send in some sophomores, Will Fisher and Kyle Potes. And he's also going to send in a couple juniors, Will Bausch and Kevin Woodruff. So he's going to give the starters a break tonight. You know, they played a heck of a game, good win for them. They definitely deserve a nice seat on the bench right now. You know, they played hard.
Something to point out is all the points scored by the Highlanders have all been from that starting 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive to say the least, because they have done a lot of subbing tonight due to fouls and whatnot. I mean, 3-point shot by Klaber makes it a 10-point game with 6 seconds to go. And Gabe Cora is going to enter the game for Seth Burks, so all the starters are out right now. And this Floyd Central Highlander team is just going to cruise to another victory tonight.
Why are they still fouling at this point? Like,
well, let's go home.
They're showing heart, guys. Give them a break. They're
showing heart
doing
can
their
get
best.
showing heart can get a little annoying sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say.
True, especially when
Good
you're
message.
the Jeffersonville Red Devils.
Yeah, amen.
No shade to the Red Devils.
Of course. Great program.
They're a great program. Kyle Potes at the free throw line. And just as Josh says that all the points from the starting 5, a sophomore comes in and scores. How about that?
Announcer's curse happened to all 3 of us tonight.
Potes misses the second free throw, and Klaber is going to dribble out the clock as he converts the layup. And our final score here tonight at Floyd Central High School is going to be 58 Highlanders, 49 Bloomington North Cougars. I mean, what a fantastic game. I mean, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being with us tonight. And I mean, what were the final stats for us tonight, Josh?
The 2 big outstanding factors have been Grant Goman with 16 points and Jake Heidbreder with 24. I don't know how this kid does it. He plays half a game really well, but it racks him up 20-plus points.
Yeah, I mean, it literally just sit him on the bench for the second and third quarter, and he's still got 22 points in 2 quarters. So, I mean, it's just, this kid's explosive. When he gets going, he's hard to stop. He shoots well. He makes his free throws. You know, I mean, he went 100% from the line tonight. I mean, that's just crucial down the stretch, you know, so.
Exactly. And it was also a huge game from the Floyd Central big men, Grant Goman and Caleb Washington. The seniors stepped up big time all around. It was an all-around great game by the Highlanders.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Good win for the Highlanders, up by 9 points. They are celebrating on the court. The fans are coming out, and I just want to thank all you guys for watching tonight. I'm Isaac. This is Michael. This is Josh. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a good night.